Hello everyone, welcome back to It's a Beautiful Monday, and of course you might notice there's a couple things different. First, I don't have on any makeup because I'm going to be doing my makeup on camera, and second, Lucinda is not here today because she is not feeling her best. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be pre-recording, and I'm going to be streaming it live as well. So I will be there, but it's going to be a pre-recorded episode. So I know things are different, but today we're going to be diving into color correcting 101. So we're going to be talking about what is color correcting, how you actually color correct, what each different color means. If you have a color wheel, grab your color wheel because that's going to help you out a lot today. And then what happens after you color correct? What are the next steps to your makeup after you have color corrected? So we're just going to dive right in today. I don't want to make this video too long. I know you guys, we always go over our time limit because we have tons of things to say, but I'm going to be working really hard today to get this all done in a timely manner. But bringing out our color correcting quad, we have four shades of a color corrector. As you can see here, this is a very creamy formula. Your color corrector should be very creamy because you want them to be very blendable. Because if you have a highly pigmented and not so blendable product, you're just going to have giant spots of color all over your face. But we want it to actually blend with our natural skin tone and help even out our skin tone. So think about your color wheel right now. I want you to really envision it, and I want you to think about opposites. So our first shade that we're going to talk about, yellow. We know purple and yellow are opposites of the color wheel. You always think of the Lakers, the basketball team. Their colors are purple and yellow. So that's kind of what yellow corrects purple, and purple corrects yellow. So easy to remember that. Things that I would be correcting with yellow are things like under my eyes, that purple shines through. If you have any veins that you're trying to conceal that tend to be a little bit deeper, then grab your yellow color corrector. And for purple, this is going to be neutralizing a yellow skin tone. So if you are somebody, granted, I'm not somebody that has a ton of yellow undertone that I'm trying to color correct, but if you have sallow skin in certain areas, then you're going to want to be using the purple to help color correct that. Now, the green and the red are going to be opposites of each other, so they're going to color correct these things. So green is going to help color correct if you have any redness. Now, let me talk about redness. All around my nose, my cheeks, right here, tons and tons of redness. If you have any bumps popping up, acne, the green, the mint, going to be your best friend by far. And then your red is going to help color correct any green. So if you have any dark spots, sunspots as well, it's going to help color correct those that tend to be green. Some of my bruises end up turning green. This will hide them immediately. It's really, really great product. And when I talk about how creamy this is, let's grab our yellow. And I'm just going to, as you can see, it is very movable and blendable already in the pot. And then once you get it onto the skin, it's super easy to move. There are certain products that you don't want to be this creamy and blendable, but with something like this, you really need your color corrector to be blendable. So this is the Color Me Beautiful Concealer Wheel. It comes in this really great flip top as well. Highly recommend this as a color corrector, but if you have something that you're obsessed with as well, you can absolutely use that. And see how blendable this is and easy to use. It's a really great product. And if you've been having trouble with color correcting, make sure that the formula you're using is extremely blendable. So extremely creamy. That's all you need to have a really awesome color correcting experience. Okay, so now let's dive into how to actually apply these. Now you can use your finger. I have so many people say that they use their fingers all day long. That's perfect, fine. You can use it. And then I also want to mention a blending sponge. This is mine that I use almost every single day. This is the Soft Focus Blending Sponge from Color Me Beautiful as well, but any blending sponge will do. Now, the first thing I'll start with is my redness, because as you can see, I have a ton of it right in here, all down here. So I'm really trying to conceal around my nose. If you're having any spots popping up, I know I have a bump right here that's a little bit red. I'm going to be color correcting with that. Now, just for hygienic purposes, I always use my sponge and dip it into the pot and make sure it's clean as well. And then I just dab a little green on here. Don't worry, Once again, this is a super blendable formula. So if you grab too much, it's really easy to use and blend out. And just dot it onto the spots that you're looking to color correct. Now, as you can see, I'm being very carefree about this. Don't stress it. This will blend right into the skin. So I'm going to be going right around here. And I should just say my entire face has redness because it really does. And my nose. The only thing that doesn't really have or show a lot of redness is my forehead. But really my cheeks, everything, I get flushed very easily. So as you can see, I just applied a mint color. So this green color right here, and look how easy this is to blend out and around. And the reason I'm not bringing this green up to my eyes is because I have some darkness, some purple underneath of my eyes that I want to color correct with the opposite of purple, which is yellow. So let me just make sure. I really want it targeted in these areas because this always tends to show through right around my nose, your cheeks. And then I really wanted to make sure that I covered some of these spots that I have, like this bump right here that's coming up. I'm just going to grab a little bit more. Check out that. Unbelievable. Alright, so now that I've concealed out my redness, I mean, you don't see any of what was showing coming through at all. And there's a little hint of, you might be able to tell a little bit, but there's a little hint of green. Now don't worry, we are going to use product on top of this, so you really, right now, it's just about concealing the colors. So next I'm going to go under my eyes with this yellow. I like to dab it in here, grab a few little pats of it, and use it right under my eyes. Look how, I mean, the purple just completely disappears. And then of course above your eyelid, I tend to have a lot of darkness going on. So right in here, this side tends to be a little bit redder than the other, which is interesting. But I always go for a lighter shade up top just because I want to brighten around my eye area. So grab a little bit more. We're going to be pushing this product up and out on the eye area. And then of course my little sunspots that are on my forehead, I'm just going to brighten up a little bit with some pink. Try to get those out of there. Now remember, this is not the final look. So we still are going to be applying concealer on top of this, and then you can apply your foundation. And today I'm going to be using our new Miraculous Cream Concealer. Has to be in my top 5 of products. I don't leave without it. Even I went to New York this weekend to visit family, had it with me, and I didn't even bring foundation. I just brought the concealer because it was a quick trip, but it's something that is a must-have. It's just like bringing your skincare. This concealer is a must-have for the day. You can do so many different looks with it. It's an eyeshadow base. It's also a concealer at the same time. I use it as foundation. That's how fantastic this formula is. Okay, so we have no more sunspots around my forehead. I just used that pink to cover up. I used the green around this area. As you can see, there is no more redness. Remember when I first started how red right around here my nose is? Not like that anymore. And then, you know what? I still see a little bit of redness down here. Let me grab that area. So I'm going back in with a little bit of the mint color. I'm going to conceal that out. And remember, you can put a ton of this product on, and it's so blendable that you can work it right out. So this is kind of one of those mistake-proof products that can always, always be blended outwards. Check it out. That is insane. I need a before and after so I can just remember how red around this area was. There's something, I got serious redness right in this area, so if you're somebody like me, grab the mint. It will become your best friend. And this is like a product that if you're looking to have your makeup last all day long, this is it. You're going to have no redness showing through. None of those sunspots are going to come back around. Underneath the eye area, nothing. If you're somebody with sallow skin, that purple helps conceal that so much. It's an amazing, amazing product. And look how fast and easy this was. It took no time at all. So look at this. Unbelievable. Completely color corrected my entire face in a few minutes. But you might be wondering what the next steps are, because I can't just leave my face like this. Now, you can go about your normal routine. Just pretend you have applied concealer. So you've already done your skincare. You've already done your primer. You just applied your color correcting. And now I'm going to go back in with the concealer. I'm going to be using the Miraculous Cream Concealer like I mentioned earlier. This is my all-time favorite. Absolutely love this. If you have watched It's a Beautiful Monday before, or your fans whine about it, you will know I absolutely love this product. So I always use the neutral, the shade right here, to cover any spots around my face, and then I go in with the light to highlight. So today I'm just going to be doing a few little dabs. Now I'm not going to be applying straight to my face. I'm going to be applying to my blending sponge to help blend what I've already done together. So what I like to think about is with that mint that I applied, since I do have a lot of redness, I kind of like to use the mint that's already on my blending sponge and mix it a little with what's going on with my Miraculous Cream and just kind of get the overall look. And this formula is so creamy as well. It's so nice. And then if you want to set this for a 24-hour wear, which you shouldn't be wearing your makeup for 24 hours, but even 12 hours, this formula, just set it with some powder. I'll grab my translucent powder today just to show you how easy it is to set. And then let's grab a little bit more for the other side, and then we're going to do my forehead as well. I mean, look how amazing this formula is. And it really just melts into the skin. It gives you this dewy look. Like, look how radiant my skin looks from just applying this concealer. I talk so much about this concealer. I'm sure you guys are like, yeah, we know. It's amazing. But it's a fantastic formula. You guys will absolutely love it if you're trying it. And if you need any shade recommendations, let me know. I will run back through my shade recommendations one more time. So right now I am using the shade Neutral. And that is what's giving me this. Look at this as I move, this like luminescent, radiant looking, dewy, youthful skin. Now if you're going for like a dewier look, and it intends to be more of a radiant look as well, and it leans to be more youthful, use dewier based products, or liquid based products, excuse me. Things like the Moisture Complex is going to be awesome for that. If you're looking for a youthful look to your skin, then Moisture Complex is going to be so perfect for that. I absolutely love that formula. Normally, if I was going to do my full face on camera with you guys, I would do the Moisture Complex after I did this step, and then put the lighter shade of concealer on top of that. But since I'm just sticking with the focus of concealer today, I'm gonna stick with these products. But normally I would do the quad, then I would go in with the concealer to cover up any areas, then I would go in with the Moisture Complex. And since it is a water-based formula, you can apply other formulas on top of it. So it's a really, really great formula. Also, the morning light is nice, lightweight. It doesn't give a ton of coverage. So if you like that, then morning light is going to be your best friend. But this is really just talking about getting that dewy, glowing looking skin. These products are going to be your best friend for that, I promise. All right, so I think we've covered everything. Now I still have some green up under my eye area where I pushed that mint up and my yellow to help brighten. I mean, that's unbelievable. Now remember, I didn't put any of this concealer underneath my eyes, so all of that brightness is just coming from the yellow in the quad concealer. You see it? I can't get over how bright my eye area is using that product. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even need to put this on, but since I gotta show you how amazing this formula is, I'm gonna do it today. But if I don't need to. Honestly, that yellow just helps neutralize the under eye area perfectly fine. I guess I could do a little bit of zooming in on this. So with my concealer, I usually just do a quick little triangle, go up my cheekbones a little bit to help give a little extra product to blend, and blend this in. Now normally I would do my entire face, but since I'm chatting through this, I'm working a little bit longer, or taking a little bit longer to blend this in. Now this product, you do want to blend in immediately because it has all that setting powder. Since it's also can be used as an eyeshadow base, it's going to set very fast. And then this just helps brighten up. I mean, I really did not need to use this because of that yellow base in the quad. Unbelievable how bright it makes your eye area. You know what? I'll leave it on the top lid just to show you guys how I didn't really need it. Alright, so I have my highlight underneath my eyes done. And lastly, these are my last few places that I always recommend applying some of a lighter concealer or your brightening concealer. So right here, brighten up this area, bridge of the nose just a little bit, you don't need a lot as you can see. And then bottom of the chin, once again, don't need a lot, just a little. We're just trying to highlight using more of a natural instead of a shimmer based highlight. And this does give a bit of a soft diffused look. So if you remember, some of our wine about it, we always talk about using highlighting powder. There are certain highlighting powders that don't have a ton of chunky glitter, like the Illuminates highlighting powder, which is also, it's going to be used for diffusing fine lines and wrinkles. Now, there's this stigma that if you're trying to look younger, you have to use, you can't use powders. But it's so untrue just because of where the technology in the makeup industry is. Now we have these super fine nanoparticles that can do the job, and it's not going to settle into fine lines and wrinkles. So this is kind of giving the look of a highlighting powder for you, but with a cream base. So if you are somebody who's still skeptical about using a highlighting powder but wants to get kind of that glowy cheekbone, then use a cream based product to help set that for you. But of course, I always recommend just try it out. You'll love the highlighting powder. It's the Illuminates highlighting powder is baked in Italy, and it's processed so many times, so you have these very, very fine particles. And what this is going to do, so whenever light hits your face, it's going to reflect back. As you can see here, it's doing it with this product, and it blurs out any imperfections you have. So if you have larger pores, the light's going to hit and it's going to reflect back, diffusing those pores. That's why we call things light diffusing or soft diffusing products, is because that light is helping diffuse those fine lines. So check out this. I mean, incredible. You guys saw all of that redness that was like under my nose. I even had a bunch of redness down here. The green completely concealed it. That's why if you're somebody who does have lighter but pinker skin tone, grab the green. It's going to be your absolute best friend. I know it's been mine. If ever I'm having a day where I'm breaking out as well, The green completely conceals it, and then when you apply your concealer on top, you don't even know. Now, we've done all this. The final step, if you're trying to make this last long hours, I'm talking 5+ hours, 5 to 24 hours, your makeup, grab the translucent loose setting powder. This is the shade Neutral. It works well for everyone. It's not visible. We do have it in a shade Light, but I always recommend the Neutral just because it's a perfect shade for everyone. It's not too light, it's not too deep, and it just blends into everyone's skin tone very well. And when I use my powder, I'm starting down and brushing those hairs down. So when you are using a powder, what you don't want to do is go up on the face, because it's going to collect all of those little hairs that you have and push them up and make them shine against the light. So right now we're going to be pressing them down. And if you tend to have like a little tiny peach fuzz on your upper lip, brush that down as well, because what we don't want is the light catching those and shining off of that, because then you're going to see any type of hairs that you might have around your face area. What we want is the sun to catch our luminous skin and bounce off that, so it looks like we have a perfect, glowy, dewy, younger looking skin. Alright, so I'm just grabbing a little bit more powder. I'm going to be working up in this area, and I always recommend brushing if you have baby hairs like me, which are looking crazy today, especially today, because I came on here without makeup, which I never, ever, I don't think I've ever done actually, is come on a live video without makeup. So here we are. First time for everything. Once again, I always recommend brushing this out into your hairline. If you have darker hair, don't worry. This is a very translucent powder, so it's not going to show. Don't need to worry. I have a deeper auburn hair. As you can tell, it doesn't show in the hair. But I do always recommend this one baby hair. I think I'm just going to let this one go. You do what you want, baby hair. And then to set on the inner corner of your eyes, underneath your eyes as well, I'm going to scrunch my brush up. You don't need a ton of different brushes. I always just scrunch it up so I make something that's very small shaped. And I press it into underneath my eye, because I tend to have creasing going on underneath of it. But with this, since this concealer is an eyeshadow base in one, if you just set it, you won't have to deal with any creasing underneath your eye. So I just grab this and press it right underneath my eye area. You can also take a blending sponge. I'll show you that with the other eye. So right now I'm just pressing my Dome powdered brush into my under eye area with translucent powder. And this just sets it for all day wear. You don't even have to worry about it. And then you can also take your blending sponge, same side that you use that other product with, dip it into your translucent powder so it looks like this. And then just press that concealer down so it sets for all day wear. You're good to go. And once again, this translucent powder is really nice as well, because you still have that glow to your skin. It doesn't set it so it's super matte. You still have all this highlight going on, the light reflecting off, diffusing. So as you can see, imagine I had discoloration. I didn't put on my concealer wheel. Pretend I didn't put on my concealer wheel. You saw that uneven skin tone up here. What this is doing, this light that's reflecting off of it, is diffusing everything that's underneath and just reflecting light back. So that's how diffusing light works when it comes in product. Highly recommend light diffusing products. Most of Color Me Beautiful's products are light diffusing as well. Even our pressed powders, I talk about a lot. They come in a very convenient, portable compact. They can be used wet or dry. It's a little rectangular compact. Those also are light diffusing. So we have powders that are light diffusing as well. We also have our loose mineral foundation, light diffusing as well. And if you have any other products that you want to know that are light diffusing, that will help kind of give you this luminous glow all day long, just ask. You can pretty much guarantee that any of our face products are going to help out with us, including our loose minerals or our translucent powders. Trying to think of anything that wouldn't be that's considered face product. Honestly, I can't even think of anything. Even the Underglow is light diffusing as well. So our primers even have light diffusing properties in them. We always want you to feel your best. So all of our products are really going to be focused on looking younger, looking more radiant, looking more youthful. As you can tell, sometimes we need it. We just need a little extra boost in our makeup routine. So here you have it. This is just concealer. I have no mascara, no brow powder, no lip product on. This is just concealer, the quad, the 2 different shades of the Miraculous Cream Concealer, and translucent setting powder. This is all you need to get this look. And I'm telling you, my redness will come through. If I were just to put on a foundation, if you're somebody like me, that redness shows up immediately. Or the moment you break a sweat, anything. Redness, I just turn so bright red if I'm working out, things like that. So if you're somebody who tends to have a lot of redness come through, use the Mint. And also, if you're somebody who has deep under eye circles, a lot of darkness underneath the eye, grab the purple. It will change your life. You're going to love it so much. I've had so many amazing feedback or reviews of people who do have very dark under eye areas that talk about how amazing this product is, how well it works for them. Just remember, if you want this to last all day, you absolutely need to be setting it, because this is still a cream-based product. No matter what cream-based product, it won't last a full 12 hours unless you are setting with some type of powder to make it last all day. Now these are a 24-hour product. So if you want this to last 24 hours, which of course I would never recommend you wearing makeup for 24 hours, but if you are, grab your setting powder, because once again, it lasts all day long. So let me know if you have any other questions on any 3 of these products, or if you want to ask if a certain product is light diffusing to help give you that glow, or you have any questions. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm also going to post what each color does. Don't forget, your opposites, we should really just say opposites attract at this point. So your pink or your red is going to cover up anything that's green, and your green is going to cover up anything that's red. So pink stuff, it's going to brighten dull and dark spots. So grab that if you are somebody who tends to have sunspots, age spots, anything along those lines. This will help brighten that. Your green is going to help if you have any redness around your cheeks, nose area. If you're having any problems with bumps, red scarring. Some people do tend to have some red scarring going on. So if you have red scarring, go for the green. Down here, our purple is going to conceal yellow, and our yellow is going to conceal purple. So if you have any under eye areas that are dark, grab the yellow. Really just brightens them immediately. I know there's always been a ton of talk about yellow colored based products. There's a lot of concealers out there with yellow based products. What I hate though is you have to use one formula to get that, but with this you can mix this with anything because these formulas are so creamy. So if you have a concealer that you love and you don't want to get hooked on this product, because this will hook you. It is the best concealer I've ever had in my life. The Miraculous Cream Concealer and Eyeshadow Base, best product. But say you have a whole tube of something you just bought, you can still use the quad with it because it's such a creamy formula. It blends into anything. So do not be afraid of that. Yellow is going to cover dark spots. If you have any purple areas, if you have any veins that are showing through that you want to conceal, you can use it for that. And then your purple is going to color correct sallowness. So I know sometimes if anyone comes to us with, there's so many different styles of bruising that I've seen, but if you're coming and you have yellowness in your bruise, this will help color correct it. The purple up here is going to help color correct yellowness that's going on. So I know I've had countless people say that they've gotten sunburn or they've gotten bruising. Is there something that can conceal it other than wearing concealer on their skin? This is so much easier because it's such a blendable formula. So yes, this can be used on the body as well. Such a multi-use product. Highly recommend it. It's perfect for everything you might need. All right, so once again, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below, or you can email us at info@colormebeautiful.com. We'd be happy to help you. And I hope to see you guys on Wine About It Wednesday. Don't forget, noon Eastern Standard Time. We talk color theory. We go into before and afters. We talk about anything and everything revolving around color. So don't forget, you got to be there for that. And I hope to see you guys for Wine About It Wednesday. All right, see you later.